Second match of the day between AMEYA Sports and FALCON Herons has just started. AMEYA Sports won the toss and chose to bat, and Monica Patel from Herons has bowled 3 balls so far without conceding a run. Facing her is Trish Kamini of AMEYA Sports team. The AMEYA Sports is being led by Veda Krishnamurthy with jersey number 79. She is a regular India international. Netravati wicketkeeper, jersey number 5. Anuja Patel, again India international, jersey number 82. Akanksha Kohli, jersey number 18. Mona Meshram, another India international, jersey number 30. Nikki Prasad, jersey Karnataka players, jersey number 19. Trish Kamini, who played for India and who is just batting now, is jersey number 16. Sahana Power, jersey number 8. Pooja Kumari, jersey number 17. Kashvi, jersey number 10. And Panavi C, jersey number 14. First 4 balls have not yielded any results. Monica Patel is on target, making Trish Kamini play over front foot but straight to the fielders. The FALCON Herons team is led by Divya G, hard-hitting batsman, jersey number 64. Wicketkeeper Sanjana Bhatni, jersey number 12. Shubha Satish, jersey number 13. Mini Mani from Kerala, who has been a very good all-rounder for the team, is jersey number 89. Asha Joy, jersey number 7. Ayushi Soni from Delhi, jersey number 30. Akshaya S, jersey number 27. Aditya Rajesh, jersey number 15. Pushpa Kiriswari, jersey number 3. Monica Patel, who has bowled a very good first over so far, is jersey number 6, left-arm spinner, and young Anaga Murali, left-arm spinner, is jersey number 33. 5 balls have gone by without a run being scored so far. First match of the day ended in a win for FALCON Kini RR side, a very creditable win, Mr. Signer.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, Cricsay, we had a very good first match. And now AMEYA taking on Herons. They beat them in the first match, the first leg, by 4 wickets. So Herons have to come back into this game. They lost the second by a solitary run. A lofted shot there by Trish Kamini, all the way down to the long boundary for 4 runs. So certainly AMEYA have the edge in terms of that psychological advantage that they have, having defeated this team by 4 wickets in the first clash. But nevertheless, in this form of cricket, it's anybody's game. All boils down to what the players can do on the day. So as it is, Herons have just been able to have 1 point goal in that match, which is abandoned against Sheen thanks to the weather over here. It suddenly started raining and the Sheen could not complete their innings, so the match was abandoned. That's how it is. As we are into the second over of this match, AMEYA versus Herons in this India NIPPON FALCON Sports Club Women's Cricket Championship in commemoration of FALCON Sports Club's Golden Jubilee celebrations. As we have been telling you, 13 India internationals on view here in this tournament. All the 4 teams very splendidly balanced. A lot of talent, youngsters also being pushed into the teams to gain experience, and certainly we are having a wonderful time as far as women's cricket is concerned. The top 2 teams will go to the final, with the 3rd and 4th placed teams playing for the 3rd and 4th places on the 12th of January. That's the final day. 3 more days of league matches to go in the first phase of the tournament. Yes, Cricsay, sorry.
Very quiet first over, except from the last ball where it was pitched on a range for Trish Kamini to free her arms and wafted over straight field all over the bowler set for a 4. Lane, 2 balls of the second over has been quiet, and I think the batsmen are trying to settle in and get adjusted to the pace of the wicket as well as the pace of the bowlers.
Let's see how much they succeed. One, two, three, four, five on the offside. An attempt to drive on the offside, but missing completely there. Luckily, no damage done.
The bowler from Falcon end is Pushpa, who has bowled 3 good balls, keeping the batsman quiet. Falcon AMEYA Sports are still 4 for no loss of 1.3 overs.
Nicky Prasad has been having a very good tournament. This time watches the ball all the way.
It's called a wide.
Called by the umpire.
Nicky Prasad used to come one down in the previous matches, have been sent opening in this match.
Change of batting order.
Yes, there is some change in batting order, probably change of personnel also. But AMEYA Sports, I believe, has made a couple of bold changes, bringing in some very young players.
Young players into the team. Ball nipping in over there, forcing Nicky onto the back foot. She digs it out of the crease, pushes it down on the offside. No damage done, no addition to the total either. This time again Nicky goes forward to it.
Pushpa Cricsay bowling a very good first over so far. Of the 5 balls she has bowled, she's just conceded 1 run, that 2 are wide. Otherwise she's been good with her line and length, keeping Nicky Prasad quiet.
I think she's playing her first match.
It looks like that, yes.
Impressive performance done so far. Again this time outside the off stump, and Nicky not having to do anything with it.
Both the teams need a win in this match to have any real chance of qualifying. Both of them have played 3 matches, and AMEYA Sports has got 1 win and 2 losses, and Kini has got no win at all, but just 2 points of the abandoned match. So this match is going to be very important for both of them. Unless a win will then give the team a chance to, an outside chance to at least have a
Stay afloat of the tournament. Let's see how much Herons can do to stay alive in the tournament.
To the credit of Herons, we have to mention that the 2 matches they lost very narrowly. One match by 2 runs and another match by 1 run, but all the same, they have not got any points other than the abandoned match. So they have to pull up their socks, play a little better than what they did in the previous matches. It's going to be Monica Patel to continue the 3rd over of the innings and 2nd over for her.
Despite that, they managed to score a total of 375 runs in their 3 matches, Cricsay.
I mean, it does prove that the bowling and fielding need to improve.
Improved, yes, very much.
Facing Monica is going to be Trishkamani, a seasoned opening batsman.
On the stumps, forward push down the track, back to Monica.
efforts would do well to cash in the first 6 overs when medium pacers are bowling, because what we found in the last match, once the spinners came on, there was no pace in the wicket, and they were finding it difficult to score out the spinners. So it'll do good for them to look for certain runs in the initial 6 overs to get as many runs as possible.
Easier to play unless after stopping it becomes a little difficult. And coming in bowl to Cricsay, got adjustments in the field.
Mid-off has been pushed back to long off, and deep cover has been brought to cover.
I think it is, if I'm not wrong, this is Pushpa, who's bowling from the Falcon end. She's been brought in today, a replacement. I'm not sure who she's replaced in the team. Pushpa, I guess, has been brought in for Vandana Mahajan, who is not playing this game. And I think that's a sensational move. He's kind of delivering maybe what is required for Herons.
Pushpa again. Forward goes Nikki.
She's bowling a very good line over here, and the length is very precise. I mean, Nikki wasn't sure whether to go back or front, but managed to keep the ball down, with that forward defense.
I think barring that one ball, first ball of that over, where she bowled short and gave width for Nikki Prasad to play a good cut shot, she's been very good with her line and length. Without any doubt, she's bowled 2 very good overs, according to me, and that too playing the first match of the tournament. I think she has been excellent.
see how successful she is in getting a team to the targeted score today.
A little bit of changes in the batting order. Nikki Prasad, who used to come one down, is opening, and Veda, who used to come two down, has come one down. I think the team needs Veda to play through the 20 overs. She needs to be there. She needs to settle down and play. I mean, she can probably open up after 15-16 overs. She is capable of playing some big shots. I think the team depends on her to a good extent to post a challenging total.
That's the reason we see Nikki Prasad, occupying the spot which is made vacant by Prerna Rajesh, and so far she's been doing a good job.
What an opportunity for a 10-year-old kid to come and play tournaments like this and rub shoulders with all the top players of the Indian team. I hope that she keeps her composure and does not get overawed by the occasion. And that's the key to her gaining a lot of experience in this.
Sports. Now, I think I see it's Anuja Patil. Maybe looks like. Aisha Soni, is it? Comes into that number 39.
No, not Aisha. Mona
That brings in Mona Meshram. Thank you very much. We stand corrected here by Tanya Gowda, who's out.
You remember, Yogesh, we mentioned in the last match also that these two were good friends and they're supposed to have a good understanding of running between the wickets.
Yes.
I hope they show that.
I remember that. As of now, we've got the AMEYA, FALCON AMEYA sports at 22 for 1 in 5 overs, at 22 for 2. Vicky Rajesh striking twice in the last over. I'm very certain that they're not going to go in for the bonus point. What do you say, Mr. Krishnaswamy?
Not a great start for AMEYA at all. 22 for 2 in 5 overs. It's becoming a little bit of a familiar sight for the team, and I think a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of both Veda and Mona, two senior most players in the team, two most experienced players in the team. As I was saying earlier, probably about Veda, now Mona and Veda need to play at least till the 16th, 17th over and ensure that they post a reasonable total to defend.
Yes.
Very well executed. She saw the line length early, and she moved and cut the ball between point and cover, It is a very good looking shot, should give her a lot of confidence to continue to play more. Yeah.
Phenomenal there. Mona Meshram in the area between gully and the just towards the short fine leg, short third man area, and quickly steals a single there. ಈಗ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ರಿಸೀವರ್
ಫುಲ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇತ್ತು ಸರ್, ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು.
ಈಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ?
ಇವಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಫುಲ್.
ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು.
Again score driven.
Another reasonably good over from Pushpa, even though she gave a 4 in this over. What I find is that Pushpa has got a very smooth run up and a good action for a medium pace bowler. She is easy on the eye, especially when she is bowling. I think that's what I mean. I think she has potential to add on a little bit to her speed also. Any off spinner with no short fine leg and just a deep square leg should always be conscious of bowling on the middle stump, allowing people to play a paddle sweep shot.
Absolutely, and even the deep fielder who is set is actually more at square leg.
It definitely was in the wrong run, and besides, the throw was nowhere near the run. I mean, the bowlers and stumps also. Yes, good throw to the striking end would have been little close. Yeah. The two runs which they took of the previous ball made the captain change the field and bring one more fielder on the leg side from offside, and Aditi ended up bowling wide outside the off stump, and they got 4 runs very easily.
Joy coming in to continue operations.
Yogesh, I think the AMEYA sports are going to depend on these two batters to set a target. Either it's going to be 120 or it's going to be 140. Will purely depend on how these two bat.
Totally agree.
Towards fine. Wicketkeeper Sanjana running up to the ball.
Very good sweep there by Veda, who manages to get the ball into the vacant short front leg area. Sanjana Batni has to chase the ball, the keeper, to restrict them to the single.
Well stopped. The square leg fence only a single. But nice sweep shot.
A very good sweep shot there again. More of a slog sweep. But just been rewarded with 1 run.
End of the over.
ಈಗ ತುಂಬ ಹಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಹತ್ರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು
ಇವಾಗ ಆಂಟಿನ
ಇವಾಗ ದೂರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಬೋದಾ?
I see a bowling change coming up from the India Nippon end. I think it's going to be Mini to bowl what should be the 8th over of this game. 9th over, sorry.
42 for 2. Both the openers back in the pavilion. 8 overs gone. Yes, Krishnaswamy.
I think the going is okay. I mean, they have to keep it going like this till the 14th or 15th over, looking for 5-6 runs and over. and then last 5-6 overs can really get them no, as long as they keep the wickets. And as I've been repeatedly saying, if these two people stay at the crease without getting out, it's going to be much more easier for AMEYA Sports to post a challenging total.
Hesitation there in search of that single. Finally, both staying put at their respective ends. Mona taking strike again. She steps out that one and hosts it towards London, fielding there. Return back quickly by Shiva, I think. Only a single, bringing Veda a strike.
Minimani has been doing a good job for Herons. She has been bowling well, batting, getting a few runs, and she has been fielding exceptionally well. She is one of the probably more important players for the team.
While we speak of Minimani's bowling, Veda Krishnamurthy has quickly moved on to 20 of 15 deliveries, which I think she has registered 3 boundaries and has been successfully kept the scoreboard moving, while Mona Mishran is 4 of 9 balls. Veda's batting at the average of 133, which is incredible. Strike rate of, she's been operating at this strike rate of 133.
Appeal for leg before. Nothing doing, says the umpire.
Did that hit her helmet? I think it popped off the top of her pad and hit the grill of the helmet.
Better looking shot this time. It can't be. Yes, it does. Be the diving.
I think that was Mona.
Shiva
Veda. Okay.
I think
Again, the confusion continues, but
Shubha Satish made a gallant effort on the boundary line.
Yep.
She made a dive, but the ball just eluded her right hand.
what I see from here is they weren't sure whether it was closer to Monica or Shubha. Shubha started a bit slow over there. She thought that the ball was going towards the mid wicket and not towards the area which is long on. And when she realized, I guess it was too late, but she put in a valiant effort, as you mentioned, Mr. Krishnaswamy. So we come to the end of the I think it's the 10th over, is it? 9th over. Come to the end of 9th over, and there's a strategic timeout and drinks being called. So at the end of 9 overs, it's 45 for 2. FALCON AMEYA Sports is 49 for 2.
Many had scores of 35, 23, 20, and I think 4 for 18 in the first match. Swami been pretty consistent with the bat and the ball.
Not to forget that she's been an excellent fielder too. So she's been a very good contributor to Herons, Falcon Herons team. She's one of the probably prominent players. The team depends on her for a good contribution to really win the matches and take them higher in the points table.
For all our online viewers, once again repeat the scores. It's 49 for 2, FALCON AMEYA Sports at the end of 9 overs.
working back to their positions.
Sorry. Overs, 9 overs 49. So it's not bad.
We have had changes in everything. Roving macrophones. We also have a roving commentator in Yogesh.
I was just trying to settle myself down after the lunch, so I didn't want to take the seat up. Hence, I was in the gentle walk, or trying to, work on my basal metabolic rate.
Afternoon walk. We had a very famous Olympian footballer who always used to say, after lunch, rest a little, after dinner, walk a little.
I've actually made a little bit of amends to that rule. I walk a little after lunch and walk a little after dinner.
Fine. As long as you keep fit, it doesn't matter. Driven straight
I
to
think the more important thing is not to keep sitting in between.
Indeed. As we speak, we've got Asha Joy to continue from the Falcon end, and Mona Mishram manages to get a single, and the Falcon AMEYA Sports have registered 50 runs on board.
doesn't connect cleanly, nevertheless a single to deep mid wicket.
Asha Joy trying to keep things tight.
Comes down the track, pushes it to long off, a single.
Four balls, isn't it? So 9.5, 5 balls up.
A similar shot. This time by Veda, of course. End of the over.
Asha bowls a very tidy over here, just restricting the Falcon AMEYA Sports to 4 runs. Hence, that takes Falcon AMEYA Sports to 53 for 2 in 10 overs.
Regulation score 50-52 after every 10 overs.
Yeah, now,
Is that so?
yes, absolutely. This innings is actually going to, now everything depends on what they do in these next 10 overs, what approach. As we had discussed in the morning also, it's very crucial that a wicket doesn't fall now, because it'll take them some time to re-establish themselves. Now these two look pretty set, and the entire innings will depend on how these two take the score forward from here.
Ball takes the inner edge and trickles down to square. One day a single.
I think the thing to do against spinners on this wicket is to wait for the ball to come to you instead of going after the ball. You need to wait. I mean, the ball comes slowly off the wicket. Once after pitching, it comes off a little slower. So you need to wait, probably play strokes of the back foot. I think that will be an option. This will force the bowler to bowl a little closer. Probably you can cash in on that at that point in time.
Turned away nicely.
The minute you wait for the ball and go on the back foot to play shots, it's psychologically bowlers will tend to bowl a little closer on a good length, which will give an opportunity for you to play shots.
Can very comfortably play to mid-on. Little wideish over there. Single nevertheless.
Yep, absolutely. I think she read the ball pretty well, and just was sure that there's nothing much on offer than a single over there, so did the right thing. And we've got Mona Mishram on strike now, facing Min Money, who's bowling from the Indian NIPPON end.
Lofted shot. Oh no, right through the hands.
Of I think it's Pushpa who was guarding the fence at long on, and Mona Mishram handed one right into her hands, but there was a fumble allowing a boundary. We were just having a quick discussion before this, saying that how they shouldn't be losing a wicket now. They almost lost one there.
Almost lost one.
Srikumar?
Yes, absolutely.
I think it was a straightforward catch, and she just didn't have to move more than 1 or 2 yards to her left, and she did position herself well, but probably the ball hit her palm and slipped out of her hands.
Once again pushed into the vacant mid-wicket region before Shiva comes in and returns a single again to the total.
So
I think it's going to be the turn of youngster Anaga Murali,
no.
who was also part of the Indian Challenger Cup at Dubai. She was part of the team there. She seemed to be a bright prospect for her age, and that's why she found a place in the team. And she needs to bowl well.
So that at the end of the 11th over, the Falcon AMEYA Sports are 62 for the loss of 2 wickets, and there's a bowling change from the Falcon end. We've got Anaga Murali, who's going to bowl the 12th over. She's going to bowl to Veda Krishnamurthy. I feel Veda is going to try her luck against Anaga now. I think the thing running in her mind would be not to let Anaga settle down. That's the feeling I get. Let's see what she does, maybe from the ball 1.
I don't think Veda will take too much of risk now. I think it's still 12 overs, 8 more overs to go. She would like to play quietly, get an out boundary here and there, and keep knocking around for singles. And maybe 16th over onwards she can try and play big shots. Our wicket is going to be important. If she loses a wicket now, the team may not be able to post a big score.
Very true. I hope she has that in her mind. The first ball from Anaga Murali was of good length, and Veda had to stretch forward to sweep the ball into the area between square leg and mid wicket for a single. That brings Mona Mishra on strike now.
That was a good one. Not going forward, then coming, leaning back, then gently pushing it down into the gully. No run though. Attempt to sweep this time outside the leg stump. Mona missing it completely. Anila from the Falcon end, outside the off stump, chopped away down to the third man region, fielding in return. Good over so far.
She's bowled well so far, keeping good line and not allowing batters to have a go at her. She has kept her line on around off stump and off just outside the off stump. I think that's the way to go for her.
Once again, outside the off batter into the covers, picked up in return there by Asha Joy. End of the over, a good over in fact. 2 runs in that over. $64 for 2. After 12 overs. Veda and Mona settling down well, playing some good strokes, but coming up with some tight bowling as well. The bowler is not giving away much.
There's a bowling change on the other end. The captain Divya is going to bowl. Facing her is going to be Mona.
Divya coming into the attack from the India NIPPON end. Converted into full toss, and the ball lofted over the square leg umpire's head straight towards Anuga Murli. Anuga moved to her right to field the ball, but just slipped out of her grasp, just crossed the ropes for 4. The fielder is being moved around. Ayushi Soni now ball on the square leg boundary in place of Anuga, who's been moved towards the long off region. Another full toss and almost the same stroke this time. Better fielding there by Ayushi, who gets down and stops that shot. Only one run coming of it. That brings Vanita to face Divya. Here she comes. Another full toss, and this time to lovely shot over there through the mid-wicket region for 4 runs. Yes, Krishan Swami.
3 full tosses of 3 balls. I think it will ease the pressure on the batsman.
Batting side.
2 fours and a single, 9 runs in 3 balls. Going to ease the pressure, and batsmen will be batters will be a little more free after this, and this is the 13th over. So I think it will do. They will do well. The Herons will do well to tighten up a little bit more, not bowl loose balls like they are doing at this point.
Here comes Divya again, this time outside the option, better looking delivery. Batted away to the extra cover region. A single. The score moving up with every ball. The ball taking the outer edge of an intended square drive. Past the gully region. A single again. This time to Mona. Giving Vanita the strike.
What a shot.
Veda into a shot.
15 runs.
Swept away to the final leg fence of 4 runs. A very expensive over, I think. I think that over, Krishnan
15 coming of that over, as I mentioned earlier, totally eases the pressure on the batsman. They didn't have to play any risky shot, they just had to play normally, and there were enough runs to be taken of this over of Divya. Now it's close to, the run rate is now 6 and over, just about 6 and over. I think at this rate, if they can keep it going at this rate, probably they can end up between 130 and 140.
At the end of the 13th over, Falcon AMEYA Sports is 79 for the loss of 2 wickets. We've got Mona Mishram batting on 19 of 24 balls, and Veda Krishnamurthy, who is 39 of 26 balls. I think both these batters have laid a pretty good platform now for AMEYA Sports to exploit the Falcon Herons Club's bowling. We still have Anuja Patil to come in, and there are a few good batsmen in their team yet to come out and express themselves.
Yogesh, you made a mention that 10-year-old Kashfi has been included in the AMEYA Sports side. What is she, a bowler, batsman, what kind of player?
Well, what I've seen of her, she is more of a bowling all-rounder who can bowl gentle medium pace, and in the school cricket I've also seen her keep wickets. So she is someone who can bat, bowl and keep.
I think in school cricket at that age everybody does everything.
You think it is advisable for someone 10-year-old to be playing a match of this kind?
I did have my own doubts, I'm not sure what kind of exposure she has had so far, so I'm not able to really pass any comments on that. If she has been playing with adults already for the last 1 or 2 years, then maybe, but if she has not, she can get overawed by the occasion.
By the occasion.
Yeah.
She's played the last tournament on this ground, and at in one of the games she was actually playing against Veda's team, and she bowled to Veda, and I'm not sure exactly. I'll have to check the archives to find what happened in that over, but I'm very sure that there was one occasion where she bowled to Veda. No doubt Veda's and at the toss Veda mentioned that she wants to actually try out people who are going to show some fearless attitude in the ground. So I'm not exactly sure what she's trying to say, because they've dropped two of their crucial players in Prerna Rajesh and Shriyanka Patil, and they've included Pooja Kumari, who is a very handy off spinner and she can bat also. So she's a off spinning all-rounder who's a very handy bat to have in the team, and the inclusion of Uma Kashvi is maybe that is something that that shows how much confidence Veda's got in her, that she's able to she's kind of happy to try out someone, even though she knows that she's a 10-year-old, but I don't think age has got anything to do now with the sport. What do you say?
Hope so. Aditi Rajesh in charge of operations. Bowling change the other end.
Yogesh, I just don't know this girl and what she's exposed to, so I'm not passing any comment or playing today or not. But generally, there has been some talk and some actions at different levels that players below a particular age cannot play at the senior level. It has some psychological effect on those kids. So it is there, but then again, I'm not sitting in judgment over this particular kid, but that's the general.
I think the risk of injury is the biggest factor.
More than the injury, it is the psychological effect of playing against bigger players. That the diffidence leaves a scar on their mind.
I totally agree with you on that, Mr. Krishnan. It's not the physical scars, but the mental scars that are unseen. We cannot judge what a 10-year-old would carry back, but as far as I've seen, she's pretty used to play, with multiple age groups. So let's see what happens.
Outside off, Mona has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, 82 for 2. Yeah. What the hell of this? She go for it now.
This time she steps out and slams it over the mid-wicket region for 6. The Falcon maximum.
Very good shot. Right to the pitch of the...
Brilliant shot.
You saw that, Arya?
Mona tried a similar shot a couple of overs back and made it straight to the fielder who couldn't hold on to that ball. But this time she connected better, cleared the field and for a Falcon maximum.
Absolutely.
That seemed to be her favourite shot, and Aditi Rajesh would do well to bowl, not to bowl there for her to play that kind of shot.
Absolutely. The fielder at Murangwan was a mere spectator on that occasion.
Pulled away this time to mid-wicket, but only a single.
So at the end of 15 overs, the Falcon AMEYA Sports are 94 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Both Boda and Mona have laid a very good foundation. 94 for 2 in 15 overs is a good launching pad for them to look for a very competitive total.
Let's all of us take a guess, what they could end up with. What do you say, Mr. Sri Kumar? What's your
Waiting for somebody to explode.
what's your prediction on the score at the end of 20 overs of this innings?
At this rate, anything above 140?
Anything about 140? So about 145ish, you would say?
Oh yes.
I am predicting between 130 and 140.
Between 130 and 140. So I would say they would. It's 15.1. Say about 138. 140.
As the partnership has been growing, I find that the busiest fielding position is mid-wicket.
Mid-wicket.
I think they've been sweeping to mid-wicket.
Most of the shots coming that side, that area.
Okay. I don't see, except Mona, who has, taken a lot of chances going downtown. Veda has got this tendency of stretching forward and converting the good length into a sweep. And why not? She's been doing an incredible job doing that. So, and especially against Anaga. I think because Anaga is a left arm orthodox, the ball would be leaving Veda. I don't think Veda wants to take the chance of stepping out and then, the ball turning away. It takes only one ball to turn away and, make her walk to the pavilion. So maybe, I think that's the reason she doesn't want to leave a crease.
Anaga has been bowling to a field, making both the batters play off the front foot with deep cover, long off, long on and deep mid-wicket. They're finding it difficult to get boundaries. She's not allowing them to cut and get any force or play any paddle sweep to get any force. I think that has been the highlight of her bowling so far.
End of the over.
4 runs in this over.
4 overs.
At the end of 16 overs, Falcon AMEYA Sports is 98 for the loss of 2 wickets. And we've got 2 very well set batters in Veda Krishnamurthy, who's 45 of 32 balls, and Mona Meshram, who's scored 31 of 36 balls. And they both are looking good at the moment. If AMEYA Sports need to post anything over 140, they have to ensure that they don't lose a wicket straight away. We've got Minu Money to oversee the proceedings from the India NIPPON end.
That's a mighty shot.
1 bounce
4 runs.
straight as it can get.
Veda stepped out, got to the pitch of the ball and stroked it beautifully over the bowler's head for a very, very good looking boundary.
And that takes Falcon AMEYA Sports over the benchmark of 100. They're 102 now. And as we, I don't know if you noticed this, she was not stepping out to Anaga Murli. Like I said, the ball would be leaving her with the orthodox. Minu Money, more of off spinner. She's kind of eager to get out. The last 2 balls, she's stepped out. 50 for Veda. A very well deserved knock here.
No, no,
Yes, indeed. Long overdue knock. So, I guess Veda's
She
new start.
missed a 50 the first match. I think 48 she had. Now
Yes.
36.
Who Mona Meshram is it?
Second knock. Veda. No.
She's been among the runs in this
Yes.
tournament, which is good to see.
And as we were
Fantastic catch over there by
Pushpa this time didn't make the mistake she did last time. So she caught well. This was a much more tougher catch than the earlier one, but then she managed to catch it well.
The busiest position finally succeeding.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Mona Mishram has always been exploring that area. If we go back earlier, she's scored a boundary wherein I think Pushpa dropped the catch on that occasion, and it went to the boundary, and then she's got a Falcon maximum from in that end, and now again she was trying to go over, but fell a little short. Maybe what I see was that she closed the face of her bat very early. Had she presented maybe a checked loft shot over there, it would have carried over Pushpa's head. So I just saw her, the way she completed that shot. The bat face closed much earlier on the ball, not allowing a complete full face of the bat, on the ball. So maybe that could be the reason. But nevertheless, a fantastic innings comes to an end, wherein Mona managed to get 31 of 37 balls, 2 boundaries and 1 Falcon maximum. That brings the experienced Anuja Patil to the crease.
Straight to Aishi. Sony there. 1-1. Patil is off the mark.
So 81 runs of 69 balls partnership.
Mona and Veda putting on 81 runs of 69 balls.
Veda contributed 49 and Mona Mishram contributed 31 to the partnership.
Veda's contribution in that is 49 and Mona 31. Very well served partnership as far as the team's total is concerned. Veda completing at 50, still going strong there, being joined by Anuja Patil.
That was an incredible partnership there, Mr. Srikumar. I think both the batters complemented each other's style, which I always felt is very similar, except that Veda's and I guess the reason for the success was they played different shots to the same length. If you would have noticed, anything which was bowled to Mona, which was of good length, Mona was eager to step out and explore the areas in the V, probably in the long on areas and the long off areas, whereas Veda, the same length, was swept by Veda.
Absolutely.
Now Veda goes downtown,
Here comes another big shot.
and a fantastic result there. 4 good runs.
Ashish Roy again from the Falcon, and this time attempt to square drive, the ball slightly in the air but lobbing right in front of Minu Mani. Of course, no chance of getting close to that. The two of them not taking a single. The this time she goes forward, leans and tries to sweep it down. The ball trickles away towards the mid-wicket region. A single again to Veda and to the team as well. And Veda tries to flick it away on the leg, missing it completely. A better looking drive this time to mid-on. The two of them safely through for that single.
At the end of the 18th over, Falcons AMEYA Sports is 113 for the loss of 3 wickets. So there's another 12 balls left now. You think they can get about 25 runs in 12 balls?
No pressure. They should be able to go for it. The pressure is on us, on our predictions.
Absolutely. It's Anaga Murli to bowl the 19th over from the India Nippon end. Good start to the 19th over by Anaga Murli. I have a feeling Veda's going to try and cut loose. So either there could be some fireworks or a loss of wicket in this over.
Change of ends for Amiga. She's operating from the Falcon end. Lovely shot there. Over square leg for 4 runs.
As we just mentioned, either there would be fireworks or there could be a wicket. And what you mentioned of the change of ends, in the morning we saw the orthodox Radha Yadav operating from this end, and she's got a lot of success bowling from this end. Maybe that could be something that is in the mind of the coach there.
Could be. Batted.
That's good. 4 of 3 balls. Only 4 runs coming off the first 3 balls, which takes the score of the Falcon AMEYA Sports to 117.
A lofted shot.
Keeps the
Yes. She's out.
So we've had both now.
I think it is a very good bowling from Anaga. I think forced Veda stepping out. She held the back a little late,
Yeah.
and Veda couldn't reach to the pitch of the ball and couldn't go through with the shot. She just ended up throwing the ball for a very, very simple catch at covers.
Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. Score. The score is 117 for 3 now in the 18.4 overs, and there's 2 more balls in this over. We've got Anuja Patil who comes in strike. Anuja is capable of sending the ball over the ropes, and I'm sure that she's going to try and explore that. That a very good knock from Veda Krishnamurthy comes to an end, and
Kaksha Kohli.
she scored 62 runs of 44 balls, 9 boundaries, and no maximum. The strike rate of 140.91.
Smashed again by Anuja this time, straight to the fielder, had long on, only a single.
Not a bad over. Anuga bowling
I think
5 runs.
all our predictions seem to be going wrong. It looks like they may not even touch 130, which was the lowest predicted by us.
Did we overrate the batting, or what could it be? I guess it was just the
I
fall
think
of
we
wickets.
underrated the bowling probably. Yeah.
Right. Welcome run. 119. Well, you never know if this new ball and a free hit that comes into play, and then we could see ourselves getting our predictions right. There you go. So 6 runs. I think sorry, it was 7 runs that came off this over, which is good. And
The newcomer Pooja is going to be interested with the final over of the innings. It will be interesting to see how she bowls under pressure.
Pooja? No, it's Pushpa.
Sorry, Pushpa. She bowled 3 very good overs in the beginning. As we mentioned earlier, she has quite a smooth run-up and a reasonably good eye-on action. So, I mean, is that a good change or a spinner should have bowled? We will know.
Final over of the innings. Pushpa in charge from the Falcon end. $120 the total. Comes forward to it and has a mighty heave that one. Ball taking the top edge.
absolutely, the good thing about this is that it brings Anuja Patil on strike now, and she could get to her first prediction of 130, which was made by Krishnaswamy sir. He said anything over 130, so I think that is the closest which is possible now.
Single again.
I can understand the logic of wicketkeeper standing up. She expects the batsman to step out, and she probably think that stumping opportunities are going to be there. But all the same, at this time of the innings, they should be looking not to give away runs, and little this way, that way, and let's go for a boundary. It'll be,
Absolutely. As you speak of that, the ball hits the wicketkeeper's leg and goes towards the leg slip position, and the batters quickly run a single. The also other thing to note is that the third man is quite square. If you have your keeper standing up, either you need to have your fine leg back, or the third man a bit fine for that. Oh, she gets away with that wide.
you asked for a no ball and a free hit, and you got it.
Was it a no ball?
Whoa!
No free hit with AMEYA Patil
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
on
Okay.
strike.
There you go. I think we're getting some predictions right here.
1-2-4.
There it is.
There you go. 128.
I think it's going to be close to what I had predicted.
Anybody want a banana?
I don't eat bananas.
Well, with 2 more balls to spare, is it? I think, what do we have here? Last 2 balls, yep, okay. So they could go to 130, looks very achievable. Anything over that? Okay, 129. No, okay. Yep. Slow one.
Oh yes.
One run short of the predicted score.
I think it was a very good bowling effort from Pushpa. I'm very impressed with the way she bowled, being a first match in this.
Absolutely. This was a sensational bowling effort. And the last ball was a slow one,
Yeah.
I guess, which Akanksha had nothing else to do, but she had to try that shot.
I think this 130 being the target is good enough. I mean, it's good for Heron, or they're overly dependent on Divya to get the runs.
Well, it totally depends. I think Herons a very strong outfit, when it comes to batting, but it's just that the batters are not actually utilizing the opportunities wisely. I've always had a feeling that they're one of the best sides in this tournament, but it's just the way they conduct themselves. Now today, by the way, in the morning, they had the same score today, 129,
129.
right? And we've ended up with the same score again, 129.
Morning the target was 129.
Target was 129, now it's, yeah, okay.
Score.
So 1 run, and the powerful outfit of Heron, it just depends whether they are actually going to go in for the bonus point or not, because what I feel is they are going for the bonus point from ball 1, whereas they should be going for the bonus point from ball 19.
I think the beauty of the score is that it gives both the teams an equal chance. If the team bats well, they can cross the score, and if the other team bowls well, they have a good chance. I think it's a 50-50. The team which wins is going to have an outside chance of qualifying.
For the final.
As we see in the morning, the chasing team had a very sound batting lineup with Jemima Rodriguez, Vrinda Dinesh, and a few other batters, Rakshita Krishnappa, in their batting lineup, but they fell about a 14-run shot. Yes, it'll be good to see that even though we speak about Heron being a very powerful batting outfit, I'm not sure whether it'll be very easy to score those runs, because once you have the runs up the board, it comes with the extra pressure. So for all our online viewers, just giving you an update. The first innings of the second match on day 4, played between FALCON AMEYA Sports and FALCON HERONS Sports. The first innings is concluded with FALCON AMEYA Sports setting a target of 130 runs to be scored in 120 balls, which is 20 overs. Let's see how Herons go about chasing these runs. We'll be back to you shortly after a quick break.
Welcome back for the coverage of second innings of the match. Falcon Herons is chasing 130 against AMEYA Sports, and the opening batsman is G. Divya, the captain, along with Shubha Satish, and bowling to her will be Pranav C. Reasonably challenging score of 130. I mean, gives a chance to both the teams to try and win. It's not going to be easy. I hope it will be a much closer match than it was in the morning, even though we expected the match to be a little closer than what it turned out to be.
I think it all depends on how the Falcon Herons Sports Club, take this forward in the next 4 overs. If they have the broader perspective of winning the game, they'll organize themselves. It's pretty much if they go at the rate of about 6 runs an over in the first 6 overs also, and then try to kind of start looking at about 7 to 8 runs an over. I think they can close this match in their favor.
Yavish, this Herons has got 2 points so far, and unless they win this match, they have no way of catching up either with Falcon Kini RR or Falcon Sheen teams, because both of them are at 10 and 14. So the only way to stay in contention is to win this match.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, Falcons has got only 1 point, is it? Falcon Herons has 2 points. Okay. You have one from the bonus point and one.
2 or 3? 3 it is. I think it must be 2 points in the last match. So
No, not 2 points in the last match. The last match was a washout, right?
the bonus doesn't count
with the bonus.
Shared point of 4. There's no bonus.
Yeah, they just
It
get.
will be shared equally.
Oh yeah. Okay, 4 points. Yeah, that's how. So they get 3. Oh, there you go. As we just mentioned, that it all depends on how Herons goes about doing their business in the first 4 overs, and I don't think that shot was called for over there.
Very tame dismissal. She just chased a wide ball and sliced it straight to slip. And
Absolutely, we know that we know what Pranavi Chandra has been doing in the last match when she bowled from this end. She maybe it's because of her high arm action, like you mentioned last time, that she extracts a touch little more bounce than what other bowlers are extracting from pitching the ball around the good length mark. So I think Shubha Satish should have been aware of this. That shot was totally uncalled for. So that brings money nice and early at the crease.
it's just not the arm action. I think she has the height too. So I think she is able to deliver the ball from at least 3 or 4 inches more than a normal person does. That gives her the left hand, and also probably the seam position. She's able to get the seam position right.
Attacking stroke there by Minu, the first ball, but no runs coming to her. Straight to the fielder on the offside.
A touch full on that occasion, Mr. Srikumar.
Oh yes.
Playing and missing.
The ball kept a little low this time.
More than that, I think she tried to force the pace on the offside. She didn't get to the line of the ball well, and maybe it was not short enough for her to play that punch shot on the offside.
What I noticed was there was Minu Mani was trying more of a back foot punch, whereas Shubha collapsed her back foot a little bit, trying to send that ball through the gully and the point area. Whereas I think Manu was trying to kind of play that ball into the point and cover area, and hence Shubha actually edged the ball, whereas Manu missed the ball completely.
Good first over again. Just 3 runs coming off, 1 wicket falling.
Is there water? ಧನ್ಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ನೀರು ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಂದು this is your bottle or this is your bottle?
It's going to be Anuja Patel from the other end. Spin from medium pace from one end and spin from the other. From what we have seen so far today, when the spinners bowl with no pace at all, batters find it a little more difficult to time the ball.
Yep, absolutely. I think it's a good move to bring Anuja Patel nice and early in when there's a left-hander, because she can bowl some sharp cutters, with her off spin, and kind of try to get Manu to commit. Good ball, first up.
Acknowledged by the batsman herself. Playing forward and missing again.
That's what I was talking about. That length and that sharp turn. I'm not sure how much it turned, but from the look of it, Manu was trying to play straight and the ball was leaving her.
Oh,
Incredible bounce and play over there.
Sharply.
I think it was pretty much, almost getting a glove there. I saw her drop her. I saw her drop her, guard over there for a minute.
Slight readjustment in the field there. Cover there by
What I see of Anuja Patil over here is, even though there are certain restrictions for her with her height, but she still doesn't loop the ball as much as a spinner of her height would look at. She's more or less bowling bats into the ground, and that's maybe the reason that she's trying to. It's more of cutters than off spin, it looks like.
the young Kashvi fielding at point. The captain having a lot of faith and confidence in her abilities, perhaps.
no, square leg.
Square leg.
Is it square leg?
Oh yeah. To the right-handed Divya, I thought
Yep, you missed out
was on
on
strike.
missed out on the strike that was turned down to Divya. Maybe there was a misfield and they had taken one single, which allowed Divya to get to the strike. So at the end of score is
5 for 1.
5 for 1 in? How many overs?
2 overs, 5 for 1. Falcon Heron Sports have lost an early wicket here. Divya Gannon still at the crease with no money. Subha Satish, who had an incredible game last week, day before yesterday. Had to take the long walk to the dugout, and the Divya's having some issues with her footwear.
After that knock of 87 in the first match, Divya hasn't done much in the second match, of course.
Absolutely, and
After that,
I think the first score that she got was against AMEYA Sports Anyway, isn't it? The 81 that Divya had scored was against AMEYA.
yes,
And,
87.
So can we expect big innings from her today? Any thoughts, Mr. Srikumar?
Lot of responsibility on her shoulders now, especially after the departure of Shubha so early on. Let's see how much she is able to contribute.
The way Herons have positioned themselves right now, with 5 for the loss of 1 wicket in 2.1 overs, I guess. What do you think? Prediction time, probably?
But despite that knock, they had lost the match.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Despite Divya scoring 81 runs, they
I think she got the player of the match
go over the line. Yes.
Time. Let's see how she's able to take on the same bowling again. Yes, it comes a brilliant shot pulled away over the square leg umpire between square leg and mid wicket for 4 runs.
Pranavi Chandra, a touch shot on that occasion allows Divya to rock onto her back foot and exploit that area, the free area, which is over extra cover. Sorry, I repeat, it's over mid wicket.
Again, an attempt to turn it towards the leg, but she misses it completely. Struck on the...
Well, Pranavi quickly adapts to the length, a touch sort of good length this time. They were trying to bring in the pull, and the ball hitting onto her back foot. Good comeback there by Pranavi.
Got away nicely there, past the back of the point before. Getting into a stride.
A good cut shot there. I think Pranavi found a bit short again, this time on the offside. Divya quickly rocks onto the back foot, trying to cut the ball in between the gully and point area. Rewards herself with a boundary. Now, as Herons are setting the tone, this is where exactly they'll make the difference. Both the batters have to be more sensible over here. They've got a couple of boundaries now, and they've hiked up the scoring rate. They shouldn't be throwing their bat at everything that comes their way. They've got to try and set up, a progressive style of scoring, and try to hold on to their wickets at the same time. So let's see how they go about doing it.
End of that over.
At the end of 3 overs, the Falcon Herons Sports Club is 14 runs for the loss of 1 wicket.
Fourteen for 1.
It's Anuja Patil to continue from the Falcon end. Let's see what she can get off the second over.
Little bit of slow going for the Herons. Probably they're trying to be a little more careful due to the loss of wicket in the first over itself, and also realizing the fact that both Divya and Meenu Mani, who are batting at this point, are the main batting mainstays for the team. They want to settle down a bit more and look for runs to win the match.
I have a feeling that Divya is going to try and go after Anuja in this over.
There she is. Lofted shot.
Oh, well fielded by Kohli.
Top there on the line.
Good effort on the long on boundary by Akanksha Kohli, who saved 3 runs for a team. Otherwise, the score should have gone for a 4. She just kept it for a minimum of 1 run.
Absolutely.
Little bit of better running could have at least got them 1 more run.
A double.
I think both the batters felt that it's a sure shot boundary, and they didn't bother running the second run.
Here it comes. Over the ropes.
You spoke of
Swung away for 6.
Divya taking the risk. Meenu was taking the risk, more of a risk, and connected well, and just she cleared the mid wicket for a Falcon maximum.
Well, I'm glad that there was a change of strike there, because even Divya had taken the risk, which didn't yield the boundary though, and had she had that yielded the boundary, I had a feeling that she would go after the next ball as well. So I think the reason she's surviving there is because Kohli stopped the boundary. Very good length there, bowled by Anuja Patil. Very well negotiated by Meenu Mani. Anuja has been bowling pretty well from the Falcons end. Has been hit for a boundary in this over. Again, a catch this time. Oh! It was Pranavi Chandra who overran the catch. Probably, I think she was in a good position, moved forward and made it difficult for herself, and
She seemed
looks
to
like she's in pain, yeah. Or maybe she's done something to her knee, because I saw her landing on her knee. I hope
I think it was a very comfortable catch if she had judged well.
absolutely yes.
That would have put the batting team under a lot of pressure with Meenu being out.
Absolutely, I think there was a clear lack of judgment there. You know, I felt she overran the flight of the catch, and she got herself into a tangle there, you know, while catching.
She looked a little too anxious to catch. She was not relaxed, judge well and take the catch.
Yep. A good move there. Anuja usually gets the ball in, and now we'll have Sahana who will be taking the ball away from Divya. But hang on, it's Meenu Mani on strike there, so probably the ball will be coming into her.
I remember Sahana bowling very well in the last match, keeping the score down, not conceding far too many runs, and I think it will be a good change. Again, the ball might stop and come and making life a little difficult to time for the bat.
I just think that she's got away with a flat shot delivery. Minu wasn't able to capitalize on that opportunity there. I hope she doesn't repeat that ball. That was much better there, drawing Minu forward. I think Minu was lucky because the ball is coming into her. Had the ball been leaving her this time, there would have been a case of a stumping appeal. Very tidy start there.
Good start by Sahana. 3 balls, 3 dot balls. Just going down, putting a little bit of pressure. Dot ball always puts pressure on the batsman, especially in 20 overs cricket.
I think Minu was trying to work the ball towards the square leg area. There's no fielder at square leg there, and I think probably she had plans to push for a double there. Maybe had she got the ball into the square leg area. A touch fuller on this occasion. Sahana very well swept by Minu Mani on the full. Brings Divya on strike. I think you can't keep Divya quite for too long. She's been away from the strike for quite some time now. Let's see how she reacts to that.
I think it's Aisha Sani made a good effort, dived and saved 2 runs for the team.
Fantastic effort there. I had a feeling that Divya was going to do that. If I were the captain of AMEYA Sports, I'll have my mid-off 3/4 for Divya rather than having the mid-off at the edge of the circle.
No, they can't have more than 2 fielders outside. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. I meant get someone in from the other end because she tends to go over that area. At the end of 5 overs, Falcon Herons Sports is 26 for the loss of what looks like 1 wicket. So we've got a bowling change from that end. It's Mona Nisham from the Falcon end to bowl the 6th over of the match. So they're clearly not going in for the bonus point with 28 runs on board.
Do you still think that they are not going for the?
I have a feeling they're not.
They need to score 10 of 10 balls to get a bonus point. Yeah. Sorry, it's my mistake that they have to score 9 of 3 balls now.
Very confidently stuck there. 37 by the HERONS captain.
Well, they come well within the reach of the bonus point now. Sorry, they're 35 for 1 and 1 ball left. So 30.
Your expectation? No ball and a free hit.
35. No. Good.
I think Divya has realized that she needs to be there to see
them through all the
them
line.
through.
Yes.
So she's being more careful. She's being more circumspect, and she's ensuring that she doesn't take undue risk.
I think that's the right approach.
Absolutely. I believe that Divya needs to be there till the end. I hope the feeling is mutual between us and Divya. Totally. Yes.
It's going to be Pooja Kumari from that other end. Bowling change. Sahana has been changed after 1 hour. Probably she's going to come from the other end to bowl a couple of overs. So
And we see the 10-year-old Kashvi being stationed at the what will be the mid-wicket area for a right-hander. And I think when the ball is going to come into the right-hander, there's a very good chance. Okay, now she's been replaced here by Anuja Patil, which is a good move, I guess, because they need a very good catching position over here. And Anuja Patil is a safe pair of hands. So let's see what the other field looks like. And Nikki Prasad. Okay. Oh, well, it's a left-hand run strike, is it? Or
yeah, I
is it
think
going to be the left-hander? Yeah, it is a left-hand run strike.
strong offside field, short third man, short point, cover point, deep cover, extra cover, and a long off.
Yep.
And deep square leg, deep mid wicket, and a mid on.
Tries to play on the offside, wide called by the umpire. Gently turn towards find the region, single, bringing Divya right. Because if he changes over for the right hander. On dry but straight to the fielder. Veda Krishnamurthy. This time to straight to Mona Mishram. No runs for the 2 deliveries. The ball running down towards the fine leg boundary. Yes, crosses the ropes. I don't know whether she got a touch. No, it's off the bat. Falling by.
The bowler Pooja would do well to keep it around the off stump, not allowing Divya to have a go on the leg side. This is what she did. She didn't connect. It just went for 4 leg byes. To avoid that, she with 6. Of course, now it's 5 field. Still, it'll be worthwhile to make a play on the offside more than the leg side. Two of 7 hours. Run rate is about 6 runs an over, and if they keep going at this rate, they will be able to achieve the target. It's going to be Trish Kamli from this end to bowl a slow leg break. Veda probably sensing that the slower you bowl, the difficulties to hit has brought on Trish Kamini, but Trish Kamini not being a very regular bowler might err in length. We need to wait and watch.
Such bowlers always break partnerships.
They do at times, yes. Divya almost hit it to the hands of Nikki Prasad. It just fell slightly short.
Slightly short of his score.
That's the difficulty in generating pace.
And this time, Divya comes out to it, takes it on the full, and slams it to the boundary for 4. Fine looping ball over there, done by Trish Kamini. leg. Gold, white. Time batted gently to the vacant. Thrown back again. Bringing Divya strike. There's a steal.
I think that was a
Good dart onto the boundary line.
very sensible run there by Minumani. You know, just got herself into. Oh, she gets her hand to it. That was a return catch there by Divya. Yes.
She did make an attempt to.
And that one run has got the Falcon Heron Sports Club to 50 runs.
Still a delivery and
Probably there's a second there.
vacant.
Good throw. That was an awesome throw there coming in from the extra cover region, deep extra cover. Straight to the hands of the keeper.
The fact that Veda is forced to bowl non-regular bowlers, this Trish Kamni, it looks to me that she is short of bowlers, short of effective bowlers, when I put it this way. That
I think
I don't see any reason why she's short of bowlers. She's got bowlers in, I think it's Anuja Patil, who's bowled only how many overs there? So she's got Pranavi Chandra, who's got 2 more. She's got Anuja Patil, who's got 2 more. Sahana Pawar has got 3. Pooja Kumari has got 3. Mona Mishran has got 3. And Akansha Kohli is not even being used yet. Who's got 4 overs. So there's quite a lot of bowling there. I don't know, maybe she just wanted to hustle up the things a little bit over here by bringing in Tirush Kamini.
They've always been preserving Akanksha towards the end.
Yep. Good ball there. That was a fantastic ball over there by Pooja Kumari. I have a feeling that Divya is going to go after her now. Yep, she did charge, restricting herself to a single there. .78 runs required of 71 balls for the Falcon Heron Sports Club to get over the line. Pooja Kumari is a very good fielder of her own bowling. She's got very good work ethics, very handy off spinner to have in your side.
Better place this time for a single. On the offside between cover and mid-off.
Good sweep there by Divya. And the 9th over comes to an end. So far, the Falcon Heron Sports Club is 55 for the loss of 1 wicket. And the equation is 78 runs required of 71 balls.
is going to be Sahana from this end. She's replacing Trish Kamini, who went for 8 to 9 runs last year. Sana is known to bowl tight, keep the batsman under check. Going is reasonably good. Match is evenly priced. Both teams have to play really well from now onwards to win the match.
Absolutely, I think that's a very good move, bringing Sahana from that end, the Falcon end. A low full toss by Sahana is pushed towards the long one region by Divya and gets 1 run.
Only a single. Driven down to mid-off. Veda moving quickly to her right, does the fielding. No runs. Nicely swept to the square leg fence all the way for 4. She's picked up that gap. No chance of anyone stopping that as the ball just shoots away over the ropes for 4 runs. A lovely shot.
If you have watched, both the sides, a lot of sweep shots have been played today, quite repeatedly.
It's for youngsters to watch out, but sweep shot is a very integral part of the batting and the amount of runs that it can yield.
Driven straight past the bowler. Only a single.
Very productive over for a batting team. They really got about 10 over. Now the Herons for 65 and 10 overs, right on course for that target of 130. At midpoint, their score target is also, they've reached the midpoint. So
With so many wickets in hand, they should be able to make it.
they should. It again, it's going to depend on how long Divya plays.
They were last over the wicket. Well, the players refreshing themselves. 10 overs gone, 10 to go. They were batting extremely well, providing some solid support there. Was Minu Mani has always been consistent in this tournament with a score of 20 plus every time she has been at the wicket. So Herons well on track to achieve the target of 130 runs.
AMEYA Sports would do well to really put their head together and see what they should do in the next coming 10 years. The strategic timeout should be used productively. They need to change the way they are bowling or fielding, one of the two things. And I'm not seeing too many catches being dropped, but all the same, the bowling has to be tighter. They just can't give away. 65 in 10 overs is a good rate, and they just need to apply breaks. Bowl a few dot balls, 3 or 4 dot balls together,
Please.
making the Herons team batsmen to go for bigger shots
Take, no?
and chances of getting out.
Take.
You eat well, your team is going to lose.
Who's the coach of AMEYA Sports?
Once again, repeat the scores for our online viewers here. The Falcon Herons Sports Club at the end of 10 overs, 66 for the loss of 1 wicket. Divya Gyanan, the skipper of Herons, is 36 runs of 31 balls. And Mini Money comfortably placed on 21 runs of 28 balls. And the equation at this stage is 65 runs required of 61 balls, 62 balls. That brings Nikki Prasad. Yeah, now the equation changes. 64 runs required of 60. And there's a bowling change from the India Nippon end. It will be Nikki Prasad to operate.
Turn the right towards mid wicket. Akanksha the fielder. Single to be had. Once again the field changes over for the left-handed Mini Money. Shreyanka Patil at point.
The good thing that Herons have done is that they've lost only 1 wicket in the initial 10 overs.
Turned away nicely towards between square and fine. The ball goes over the line. 4 runs to Mini Money.
Hey, Arya, keep our flask here.
I'll give one more pack.
Once again turn into the vacant square leg region, and they go through for a comfortable single there. Top pitched down to third man. Another single before the return comes in there from Shreyanka. So we haven't been able to see much of Kashvi, how much he is really capable of in this match.
74 of 11 overs. I think it's good going for Herons. Run rate is more than the required average. All they need now is about 56 runs in 54 balls.
Yep, absolutely. 8 runs coming off the first Nikki Prasad over. This really looks good for the Herons Sports Club from here. But now is the introduction of Akanksha Kohli from the Falcon end. She'll have to come up with some really good bowling here to restrict the Herons and put them on back foot. It's just a matter of couple of wickets for the Falcon AMEYA Sports to get back into this game, and the Heron Sports shouldn't be trying to do anything different now from
6.5, they're just above that, and I think that's the way to go. If they can just keep that up till the 18th, 19th over, they can see the team through.
Turned around the legs there to the fine leg fence before.
looked like she tried to sweep a good length ball, but suddenly realized the ball was not up there, and still went through.
It kept low.
Yes.
Body language of AMEYA Sports is a little down. They seem to be a little dispirited. I think they need to lift themselves up and do something out of the ordinary now to
Absolutely.
back into the game.
I totally agree with you on that, Mr. Krishnaswamy. Looks like they're not their regular self in the field today. Looks a little bit of confused lot today.
Run 51 or 50 runs. 49 runs. 49 runs. They have a very good thing, they just throw away the wickets anytime. You can't help it.
Very nice
Placement, and Divya plays a late cut which bisects the short third man and short point. Goes for a 4. Productive over, about 9 to 10 runs in this over.
Absolutely. That was a fantastic shot there by Divya.
Very well executed.
Just, I think she got so close to the ball, and she played that ball very well. Didn't try to hit it hard again, just gliding it off the blade of her bat, just giving it the right direction required, and is rewarded with a boundary. So that takes the Falcon Herons Sports Club to 83 for the loss of 1 wicket. And we've got an equation leading up to 47 runs now required of 48 balls. So it's under a run a ball from here on.
Want some? Maria?
No, no.
adjustments in the field going on there for the left-hander.
Danya. Danya.
Confident Minu Money.
Biscuit?
Score. Change the score.
Score across, score across.
Tagged and pushed into the extra cover region. Akanksha Kohli, the fielder. 1 run to be had. Nikki Prasad in charge of operations from the India Nippon end. The field well spread out. Hoisted over mid-on, all the way to the boundary for 4 runs.
It was a very good stroke from Divya, who has crossed her 50 now. If you have seen that when AMEYA Sports was batting, Mona was always trying to hit towards mid-on and got a couple of good hits, but she was dropped once and eventually got out. But Divya played more straighter where there is no fielder and was comfortably got a 4 for this.
This time she goes down on her knees and digs it out towards the mid-off region. Crosses over for a single.
Apart from Sahana, who bowled a few tight overs, bowling looks a little ineffective. They are not able to keep the batsman down. They don't, at this point in time, they don't look like getting a wicket, especially when the batsmen are not taking any undue risk. They just are so comfortable. And
You think the chance that went a begging when Tirush Kamini was bowling, they brought in a change bowler, that has turned the tide?
it really wasn't a chance. It just fell short. I wouldn't call it a chance. If that catch had been taken, it would have been one of the very good catches.
Very good catches.
I think from the looks of it, it looks like the Falcon AMEYA Sports bowlers are trying to attack way too much. A little more than what they should be. They're bowling a shorter ball, which is way outside off stump, allowing the right-hander to just slide the ball through the gully region for a boundary. Then, if they're bowling full, they're bowling right into the line of the wickets, wherein they are just Divya is able to easily step out and go over around the mid-on areas for a boundary. So I think what they should be mindful of over here is that if they want wickets, they have to make these batsmen commit the mistake rather than attack way too much. In the process of trying to attack way too much, what they are trying to do is they're just offline a bit over here, and because they're offline a bit, the entire field is looking off color now, and the Falcon Herons Sports Club has been very quick on taking advantage of that situation.
The situation now is that the batsmen are rotating the strike very comfortably without having to make an effort, and they are getting 4s in between. The right thing to do would be to keep the score down and keep balls and dot balls, put pressure on the batsmen, forcing them to make some mistakes.
That's a good ball there.
That's the kind of ball that we need to bowl at this point of time. Where Anuja just keeping the ball a little away from Divya, but bowling it full, not bowling it short. So what Divya is trying to do at that point is she couldn't bring in that late cut what she brought against the fielders and against the bowlers.
42 and 42. 42 and 40.
42 and 43.
Three good balls over there. You see what we just discussed in the last over. I hope the coach of AMEYA Sports is not listening to us, because Anuja is exactly bowling. Look at that. She's bowling full and she's bowling wide, and she's not allowing Divya to use that angle, or to slide the ball towards that area, and she's not making a drive either. So let's see if Divya is going to give a charge now. Okay.
If I were the batting team, then I would allow Anuja to bowl a good over. I think the equation is very comfortable.
Comfortable.
They can compensate on the other side.
Other bowlers. That's right.
Totally agree with you on that, Mr. Krishnaswamy. That's the right thing to do. And as you see that Divya has managed to pick up a single, which was I think on the 5th ball, if I'm not wrong, of the over.
End of the over.
That was a very good over there by Anuja Patil. Has just conceded 1 run in that over. 36 balls. So at the end of 14 overs, Falcon Heron Sports is 90 for the loss of 1 wicket. The equation now is 40 runs required in 36 balls.
Mona Meshram has been brought from the other side. Equation is 36 balls and 40 runs.
I hope Mona can do what Anuja did from the other end, and if she manages to do that, that would, the run to ball equation would get a little bit more broader, which could put a little pressure on Herons. But well, it's fantastic over there. Good soft hands there by Anuja, not letting the ball get through her. The ball was not that, it was a low full toss which Divya guided towards the short mid wicket area.
The batters should concentrate on rotating the strike, and Mona, not being a very regular bowler, will always give you a loose ball which can be put away.
Yes, indeed. I think Mona has just got to bowl to her limits. She shouldn't get overhauled with the things that are happening around her, and try to do something extraordinary and give away a boundary or a maximum there. So as long as she bowls within her limits, I think she should be able to get through this over. Mona a bit short on that occasion. Then lunges on the back foot, taking full advantage of the delivery. Steals a single very comfortably. Equation now 38 runs required of 32 balls.
Powerfully straight down the wicket.
Indeed, Mr. Shri Kumar, I think Mona did pretty well to put her hand to it.
Oh yes.
I think that would be saving good 4 runs, and I think that's a bowling
Like
line.
a fielder there.
Yes, because the long one and longer fielders are a bit wide.
This time she managed to
Oh, that was a catch. It was a
get
catch.
past Mona,
A
who
little
dived
difficult.
to her
Return
left.
catch. She's put it down.
An upper shot.
Under the circumstances, it was a very good over. She gave early about 4 runs, 3 or 4 runs. Just 3 runs in this over. So the equation now is 37 of 30.
That is a brilliant over bowled by Mona Nisham. And now I think they would continue with, it's Pooja Kumari, I think, marking a run-up. So Anuja Patil has another 1 over left. So what we see over here is Pranavi Chandra has got 2 overs left. She's gone for an economy of 6 runs an over. Anuja Patil has been quite miserly with her bowling, only 4 runs an over out of the 3 overs that she's bowled. Sahana Pawar has gone for runs with, Sahana Pawar, economy of 7 runs per over, so that's about 14 runs in 2 overs. Mona Mishran has given away 12 runs in 2 overs, which is,
Chance for a run out here.
oh,
Nikki Prasad missing the stumps. Mona
that was
watching his
close, that was close. Nikki Prasad doing a fantastic job over here, brilliant work here. She managed to pick up the ball cleanly and, try to affect a run out there. Divya helps herself to a Falcon maximum. Just stepping out and taking the full length delivery from Pooja Kumari from a little outside off and sending it over the mid-on fielder. A very well hit shot. Pooja Kumari a touch over pitch, and now she bowls short. 1 run. I think both the batters are trying to target this over. I have a feeling that Divya's going to go after this ball now. She's got to be careful that her team is in a very good position, and a fall of the wicket at this point of time could change the course of the game. So she should have a very sensible head over her shoulders at this point of time. Don't try anything silly. Very sensible shot over there by Divya. Helps herself for a single. And last ball of the 16th over. Pooja Kumari, a little expensive this over. However, she bowled 2 good overs before this. I'm sure she was brought into the attack because of her performance in the last 2 overs. Now, okay. It's a good catch over there by Prerna, I guess it is. The substitute fielder who's come in to replace Pranavi Chandra, who was taken off the field injured. Now this is exactly what the Herons didn't require at this point of time, the loss of a wicket.
It's going to be Aditi Rajesh who's going to take the place of Mani. I think this over, it was about 9 runs had already come. There was absolutely no need for
That shot.
taking any risk at all. On the contrary, just tapping and taking a single would have been the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
All the same, Divya is still there. I think she has to see the team through. And 28 of 24 balls, not a big ask. As long as they play sensibly, they should see the team through.
Absolutely. Both these players are very experienced and were very experienced batters. They have been in this situation. It's just about holding on to their nerve right now. If they try to win this game too quickly, they might, change the entire course of the game. So, Mani was looking very good, and she had an exceptional knock today of 31 runs of 41 balls at a strike rate of 75.61.
Aditi does the right thing, just turns the ball around towards square leg umpire and crosses over for a single. That will give strike to Divya for her who is well set to do the scoring.
Mona Meshram was continuing from the India NIPPON end. Let's see how Divya negotiates her now, because in the last ball of her last over, she was dropped by Mona. So I have a feeling that Divya is trying to, she would try to go after Mona in this over. Hopefully she does it in, the right way. Otherwise, it's very tidy over by Mona so far. 3 balls and only 1 run conceded, bringing the Falcon Herons required score to 27 runs of 21 balls. A bit short on this occasion. Straight to the fielder at at covers. That was Pooja Kumari.
Three dot balls and the pressure is going to be shown on Divya. She does. She goes for a sweep. Connects reasonably well, but it falls between the two fielders, square leg and mid-wicket fielder, but they get only 1 run. So 2 runs of 5 balls, good going by Mona.
Mona Meshram, yes, she's bowled a very good over here, bringing the batsman who's just come in on strike. That is in Aditi Rajesh. A fantastic over here by Mona Meshram. Just 2 runs of this over. Now the Falcon Heron Sports are 104 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 17 overs. And the equation now is 26 runs required of 18 balls. It's Pooja Kumari to continue from the Falcon end. It looks like the skipper Veda Krishnamurthy has got a lot of faith in Pooja Kumari after what Divya tried to do to her in the last over. Mr. Krishnaswamy, Pooja actually went for 9 runs in the last over. It's very good to see her captain instill some faith in her. This should give her confidence.
Veda must be hoping that Divya will go for 1 shot too many and get out. That will put the brakes on the scoring and new batters coming in. It's a do or die now. I think there is no...
I think it's a risk well taken. And now if you see, she's made a little bit of amend over there. She herself has moved to the long run position. or the mid wicket position, and okay, fantastic. So that was a very sensible move because Divya normally targets that area. So that was sensational there, but it brings the new batsman in, which is Aditi Rajesh on strike now.
I think Herons decided to make the match more interesting than what it should have been.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They were required work was creeping up, and they just got one run on the first 2 balls of the over. And the new batsman on the other side has to force the pace. She plays the ball to mid wicket where Veda fields. Again a single. 2 of 3.
So which brings Divya on strike again, and
They have to somehow find a boundary somewhere.
I think Divya is not interested in boundaries now. She just wants to go over the rope. So I hope it doesn't, Okay. Looks like the AMEYA Sports are happy to give them the singles that they want, and create that hustle. They are taking this down to the wire.
I feel that Aditi Rajesh should take a little more risk and look for a boundary here and there, either a 4 or a 6. Maybe she has to target square leg or over long off. I think Divya shouldn't be asked to do that. Oh, she gets a 4.
It's a boundary, yeah.
She just moved across and swept nicely for a 4.
Absolutely.
I think that eases the pressure for
Absolutely.
Herons.
I think Pooja Kumari missed out on a line over there. She bowled something which was more of middle and leg rather than outside off, because Divya, seeing the sweep that Divya has implemented, it's going somewhere between the fine leg and the more towards the long leg region. I think Pooja should have bowled the outside off line, pitching it full. What Anuja was bowling now. You see Mona Meshram who's come back again, and I think this is Mona's last over, the 4th over.
Equation now is 18 of 12.
18 of 12. Let's see what Mona brings over
We have
here.
to find a boundary somewhere.
Divya has to go for it now. So
Tries to sweep, doesn't get hold of it.
got 3 balls, yielding only a single. As you rightly said, Mr. Krishnaswamy, Herons is making a match out of this. No. Oh. Cautiously sent back by Divya. So now we require 17 runs of 9 balls. That's the equation. Sorry, 8 balls.
Ball wide of off stand, very close. I mean, giving width for Divya to have a go, which she does with precision. It just beat the diving Veda at extra cover. Equation is little more comfortable at foot.
13 runs required of 7 balls now.
7.
So this is the last ball of the Mona Mishra over. Oh!
It was a very poor effort. But Akanksha Kohli, what should have simply been a single,
9 runs now of 6 balls.
4 runs have been given.
9 runs of 6 balls.
It's going to be a match-changing mistake.
I think
9 runs, 6 balls.
I think Anuja Patel still has an over here. Yes, Anuja Patel still has an over, and yes, she's been handed the ball. She's got an economy of 4 runs an over, and she's going to come out here to restrict them from scoring 9 runs of 6 balls. So
Aditi would do well to rotate the strike. I think she should give strike to the Divya, who has been batting for a long time.
Divya is on 77 of 66 balls.
I think it's been a great effort from her side. Divya should just give the strike so that Aditi should give the strike to Divya for her to have a go.
There's a boundary there.
Great shot by Anuja.
Fantastic.
It gets them 4 runs of the first ball with just 5 runs of 5. Equation is very easy.
Very good effort over here by
Closer to their first victory.
Akanksha Kohli, but oops.
Aditi tried to step out in a predetermined manner.
Clearly was stumping there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seeing that Anuja bowled short and fast, which Sanjana missed. With the
Absolutely.
crossover for a single, it's for a 4.
4 of 4. What can Anuja do at this point of time? See.
Oh, great shot by Julia. That's a 6 over square leg.
My
That
God.
seals the match for Herons. It literally gives them a lease of life to qualify. They are now with 7 points, and AMEYA Sports is 5 points. Mathematically, all the 4 teams have a chance of qualifying. Have a
Absolutely.
mathematical chance with everything falling in place for everyone.
Absolutely.
Right now, it's 12 for
83.
Kini RR has got 12 points. Falcon Sheen Sports has 10 points. The Herons have 7 points, and AMEYA Sports have 5 points. All of them have played 4 matches each, with 2 matches to go.
So that brings AMEYA right down to the bottom of the ladder.
Yes, it just not be proper if we don't acknowledge the wonderful knock played by Divya. She played with a lot of restraint, she played with a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely.
I think she realized that she has to be there to see the team through. She avoided all risks, and she got out to some risky shots in the earlier 2 matches. So she played a great knock. I think she thoroughly deserves, and I think the player of the match is a cakewalk for her.
Absolutely. We spoke about it at the beginning of the match that Divya has to stay over there and finish the match because she's the one who's going to make the difference. However, to all our online viewers, thank you very much for following our telecast and our live commentary. We bring the live commentary to an end, and we are going ahead with the presentation ceremony shortly. This is Yogesh Khadilkar from the Simplicity Sports Studio Bangalore, along with my fellow commentators, Mr. Shri Kumar and Mr. Krishna Swami. Have a good day, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. We're now handing over to the presentation ceremony. We which will commence shortly. Thank you.
He's here. ರೆಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ.
ಅದೇ ರೆಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಲೋ,
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿರೋದೇನೋ? ಕವರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿರೋದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗಿರೋದಾ?
Yeah, where the KYC t-shirt and go.
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
And I
I'll see you
used to
tomorrow.
being a Karnataka player as well as a Falconite. My name was Meera Iyer. Going back into the memory lane, Falcons has given me a lot of good things to take home. One, I gained a lot of good friends. Two, we were proud to have a women's cricket team. Third, I think we struggled. When I mean struggle, we used to buy balls, put the nets, basically every little thing we took care of ourselves, and we took pride in doing what we did. It's been 32 years since I left the country, but I still treasure my friendship with who all played with me at Falcons as well as the Karnataka team. All I can say is Falcons has come a long way, and I wish every success to the team, and I wish each and every player all the very best. I will be watching you all live, but I wish I was there to see you all in person. Good luck, Falcons Club. I am so proud that you guys are doing such a tremendous job. I wish I could also help you, but who knows, we might meet sometime. However, I wish you all the very best and good luck to all of you. I can proudly say that I am a proud Falconite.
Hi, I am Sonia Dabir. I would like to congratulate Falcon Sports Club for completing 50 years. For a sports club to complete 50 long years is a big achievement. It has been a thorough team effort under the guidance of the pillars of the club, Shanta ma'am and Kalpana ma'am. I have seen them guide players, support players off the field and on the field. I would like to congratulate all the members and the players of the club for completing this big achievement of 50 years and great going. I would also like to wish all the players a very best of luck, as there is a big tournament coming up for you, and just enjoy the game and keep playing and keep working hard. A very happy new year to all of you, and extremely happy to be a part of Falcon Sports Club. Thank you.
I'll just give a small introduction about her. Leena is a rare case of not scaling high levels despite being a technically sound batter. She formed the core of the Karnataka middle order batting and has been consistent batter of Karnataka. Divya, player of the match. 82 not out of 67 balls with 12 fours and 2 sixes. Give her a big hand, please. Wonderful knock, Divya. Congratulations. I request Krishnaswamy sir to ask few questions to Divya on her wonderful performance and first win of the tournament.
Congratulations. It was a wonderful captain's knock. What I found today was that unlike the other earlier two matches, you cut out the wrist and played a long knock. Was there rest day helped you to think about your batting and decide how to go about it?
Yeah, break is always good, you know. You can go about reflecting and rest days are always good, you know. You get to spend time with your friends and you get to chill and you get to reflect on the game. And as I have 3 of the cricketers at home, they're pretty good fun and they keep encouraging me to do better each game.
So chilling is the way out of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I think both the teams captains played a very responsible knock today. It was a more or less a do and die situation. I'll come to about the match a little later with you again. But wonderful to see you play so well, see you play so responsibly. You and Meenu had a good partnership which saw the team through. I think remaining 2 matches are there. I mean, is there any change of plans with regard to your batting, or you want to continue with the same way? I'm not going to talk to you about the team now. That is a little later. It's about your batting.
I think winning the bonus is important for us, so I need to counter-attack a few of the shots that I played, but I cut down a little more shots because the responsible batsman Shubha got out and we wanted to play long and just get the winning score.
Do you think that getting a bonus point is that important? The reason why I'm asking is that teams which look for bonus point tend to lose a few wickets initially. That puts them back. But what we have found in the last few matches is those who keep the wickets intact are able to force the pace better in the death overs.
Yeah, in the first round we had 2 losses. So we wanted that bonus because, and we actually first game we won with the bonus, but we wanted one more bonus because we had lost already 2 and we also shared a point. So for this game also we wanted to attack and get that one more point, but we couldn't do it.
2 good knocks for you, 18 your first match and another 18 now. The first match also probably you lost very narrowly, and this match you saw the team through. One more match you lost by 1 run. I think the team is dependent on the Divya, the batsman more. So how is that next 2 matches going to be?
Again, it's a responsibility as well because as I am mainly in as a batsman, so it's my responsibility to play long and take the team through. First match also when I scored that 83, I wasn't that happy because we lost the game. Today I'm more happy because we won the game and I also scored to the team's victory.
You said you were there and mainly as a batsman. You also did turn your arm over today, but though not very successfully. All the same, all the best to you for the other 2 matches. I hope you will see the team through.
Thank you. Cheers.
I request Veda Krishnamurthy on stage, please. Okay, please come, Trish.
Hi. I think Trish is substituting for Veda today. What is your feeling of today's match and what could you have done differently?
I think the other team played a better brand of cricket and they were able to adapt to the wicket really well. Even in terms of their bowling, they really bowled well, and even in terms of their batting, the batter had taken up good responsibility to ensure that To start off with, Divya really played a brilliant knock to get the team through. So I think that was an exceptional innings from her.
There was a good partnership between Veda and Mona of nearly 80 and more runs. We, at that point in time when those two were batting, were thinking that probably you can reach a score of about 140 or so. But Mona got out and Veda at the end had to go for big scores. You think that you got 10 or 15 runs less than what you should have?
I think it's important when it comes to T20 cricket that you have to have wickets intact, and it's important that you don't lose wicket on quick intervals, because that's when you have the enough base to score maximum runs on the board. Rightly said, I think 130 was good enough for the wicket. I really don't think we were short by 10 or 50 runs. Probably, in fact, I was happy with the bowling aspect as well. Just about, we were giving out a lot of boundary consuming balls. Probably if you were able to cut down on that and cut down on the boundary balls, probably I think the game would have gone the other way.
You said you're happy with your bowling. Maybe there's an impression that you're probably one bowler short. Not some of you who bowl are not very regulars. At least I have not seen people bowl. For example, you bowled a couple of overs in a few matches. Even though Mona bowled very well in this match, I don't think she is a regular bowler either. But do you think you are a bowler short?
I think Pranavi was supposed to be a main bowler, and considering she was injured, I think technically we were one bowler short. And Mona really filled in really well, considering she's not a main bowler. She really did a great job for the team to ensure to pull the game through the last overs. I think she really did a brilliant job.
Mathematically, all the 4 teams have a chance to qualify. I think you have 5 points and they have 7 probably. And with both your teams winning both the matches and everything else falling in your place, probably you have an outside chance of qualifying. What would you like to think and do differently in the next 2 matches? I mean, I'm happy that the qualification is kept alive for all the 4 teams as on date. But would your time like to be little different in the next 2 matches?
I think in terms of when it comes to playing, I think we would need better application, because I think as a team we're doing well in patches. It's important that we carry on the good things that we're doing a little longer, because that's when we'll be able to win matches. So I think the things that we're really doing well in patches, I think it's important that we carry it a little longer. Probably for the next 2 games, that's what we'll be working in as a team as well.
One of the things which struck me at least is that if the fielding has been slightly better, probably match would have been that much closer. Probably that's one area where you need to really have a thought and talk to other players. Do you think so?
I think it's important that fielding really plays a very important aspect, considering like a T20 game. I think fielding really plays a very important. I think the girls are learning. I mean, it's like we have a lot of youngsters in the team, so it's important that they're able to understand what they did and do well in the upcoming games. Because I really don't believe in putting down anybody. It's more of trying to do better every game. It's important that you learn from what has happened and do well in the upcoming games.
No, I agree with you that this tournament itself is a learning curve for all the local cricketers. That's what this is meant to be. And rubbing shoulders with all of you who have played enough cricket. I'm sure that they're going to be the better for it. I hope they do well. All the best to you as well as your team.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else you want to talk to? I think she's not come. We'll interview tomorrow. Divya, would you like to talk?
Yeah.
I request Divya to come on the stage, please.
That's not working. Come here. Divya, I congratulated you as a batsman earlier. Now I would like to congratulate you as a captain now. The win today, I mean, it was a do-or-die situation for you. A loss would have literally ruled you out of the tournament, and win today has given you a lease of life. I think you have 7 points at this point in time. You have 2 other matches to go. What kind of planning, what kind of things would you like to do at this point?
We actually had a quite small meeting last game. I spoke to the bowlers. We had a a particular game plan to how to go about things, and I also went and spoke to the bowlers as well. We had a proper game plan this game, and how to go about it, and how to approach this kind of wicket, and when you're batting, how to go about it, and when you're bowling, which batsman is going to bowl, which batsman is going to bat for which line and length, and we spoke about the strength and the weaknesses because we had already played them once, and we went to the drawing board and we actually had a game plan.
Mona and Veda had a good partnership, 80 plus runs. On the midway of their innings, in 10 overs, they were about 60 plus. We did think that probably they will go on to score anything close to 140. What was your thinking at that time? What kind of score were you looking at that time?
We didn't think ahead because we were bowling well, and they were just rotating strike, and it was not like a big overs coming up or something like that. But we had our main stock bowlers in the slog who could pull the game back. And as Anaga also bowled really well for us, she finally bowled really well for the batters, and she troubled them. And also we have Pushpa, who's come in and she bowled that brilliant death over for us, who pulled back the huge total for us. We were actually one bowler short since 3-4 games, and finally we found a bowler who can bowl those overs and pull back that huge total back.
Yeah, I agree with you. Your bowlers pulled it back. They really bowled well. You made a mention of Pushpa. I also wanted to make a mention. I think she is playing the first match out of the 4, and she has a wonderful run-up and a good high-arm action. She bowled exceptionally well. All the best to her, and all the best to you and your team for the remaining 2 matches. I hope you continue to win this match.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
ಬರ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಸೌಂಡು ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಮೈಕ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋ